Hi all, I'm back. This is Sam and I'm taking him for a walk. I actually recorded this a few days ago, but I'm going to go ahead and do a financial update and check-in with myself. So I've already written down all the information for myself. I've got, in my high yield savings account, $88.67. I plan to replenish that. That's my emergency fund. And my regular savings, $194.66. Checking, I have two. The one that's connected to the checking is $610.24. My other checking is $1497.47. Guess which one my direct deposit goes to. And in the savings account I have, to get a discount on my insurance premium, I have $20.44, which will be staying there because I get a discount on my insurance premium. I also have $55.60 in PayPal, which I got for selling books. I've already initiated a transfer into my regular savings account, and I'll go from there. So altogether, I've got $2,467.08 on hand. In my investment accounts, which is imaginary money until I actually sell it, I've got $161.37 in Acorns. I did end up pulling out $2,000 after my first video. I wish I hadn't done it until I had figured out what was going on with my Ellevest, now Betterment account, but I did. In that account, I have $2,017.30, and I'd have rather pulled that out. Acorns is cheaper to run and seems to have shown a better return for me. But I don't want to pull it out now because I think that will bump my tax bracket, making me pay capital gains. Whereas, as I sit right now, I should be in the 0% bracket for capital gains. Still no access to E-Trade. And I'm very, 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 very annoyed. I spoke to the woman for 10 minutes. I hate talking on the phone. But I guess my next step is to send them a letter through snail mail. So, fun. It's just really annoying because I know what stocks I own in E-Trade. I don't know how many of each stock. So I could be doing all of this for $20 or $100. I don't know. And I'm more than $20 worth of over it. But whatever. I did pull out a little bit from Public after my first video. I have $19.73 worth of stocks in there that I will have to actually sell during trading hours, which when you live in the Mountain Time Zone is obnoxious, but we'll see what happens. I got access to my Robinhood, that's $6.35 that I already sold. I need to return after a business day to transfer it to my bank account. And then I won't have Robinhood anymore. In Webull, I have $73.56, most of which I'll probably keep there because they are dividend producers. But I do want to sell Snapchat, but I have to sell it during trading hours because I have fractional stocks. So that's another $20 I should be able to pull in. Coinbase, I'm waiting on a transaction. I finally got my identity verified with ZBD, which, if you don't know about it, basically it's just a wallet service for a bunch of games where you get Bitcoin for playing, and I did those games for a little while. So I have a few dollars heading to Coinbase and $4 already there, so it'll be $7 or $8. For a total, not including Coinbase because I don't have the exact numbers, $2,278.31 in my investment accounts that I can touch if I need to, and $14,121.34 in my retirement account, which I will not touch unless there is a dire emergency, and I have pretty good benefits, so I don't foresee that happening. Mom, if you ever watch this, I just knocked on wood. We're safe. Here, I'll knock on my skull too. I know you like that. Then, let's see, I skipped over my debt accounts, so I'll go back to those. My RV loan at 8.49%, I owe $20,688.68. That's the absolute bottom of my priorities for paying off loans and credit cards. On my Capital One, I've got 26.99%, $13,662.65. On my Amazon card, it's 27.99% and $13,221.97. If you saw the short earlier this week, I put a $300 extra payment on that. That is going to be the card I pay off first. It is, at this point, it doesn't sound like I'm doing the snowball method, but at the point when I started, it was both snowball and avalanche, and I'm just going to keep doing this avalanche method, but it was snowball when it started too. So if you don't know that, there's the schools of thought where you pay off your highest interest rate first to save the most money, or your lowest balance first to to build motivation and momentum. But I don't know why I said it like it isn't now. It is still the lowest balance. So my total debt is $47,573.30. I don't have the numbers on my student loans. I just need to finish my public student loan forgiveness. I'm very close to forgiveness. One of my forms uploaded wrong into their system or something, so I'm missing a year there. And I had to get my former employer added into the system because apparently, I guess it's not that surprising actually. There weren't a lot of people with college degrees working there. I'm still a little surprised because that was my branch. I don't think that's true of the other two branches in the system, but whatever. I need to get those forms filled in, but I think I need to call and walk them through how to confirm that I used to work there, I guess. But whatever. I have $0 left to pay. I just have to get through a mountain of paperwork. Which brings us to recurring expenses. I've got Progressive insurance on my RV, $124.93. USAA on my car, $118.79. That starts over again in January. I may try and have the 6-month premium ready then, but I'll take a closer look at that a little later this year. You do save a little bit if you pay it all up front. The lot rent for my RV is $600 a month. My RV payment is $228.19 a month. No, I'm not selling my RV. I live in my RV. That is my RV we're at the door of right now in the video. Propane is the only utility I have to pay for. It varies. I'm estimating $75 a month through the winter. It will probably be less, but I don't control propane prices, and I do need propane. Cats. Their medicine, I did some math. It works out to $88.65 a month. Their food is $122.53 a month. I think that's actually a little higher than I pay, but I try to have quite a bit in stock because the only remotely local store that sold my cat foods discontinued it. I pay $40 a month in litter. I invested in 2 litter robots some time ago. They saved me bunches in how much litter I go through. I would 10 out of 10, if you have the money, buy a litter robot. But if you have the money, you're probably not watching this channel right now unless you're my best friend. I'm estimating my groceries at $250 a month. I don't usually spend that much, but I wanted to leave myself wiggle room for produce because between inflation and living in a rural area, it can get expensive. But I am trying to eat healthy and support my myriad of health conditions. And then my credit card payments are $447 and $102 a month, bringing the total to $2,197.09, which leaves $371.99 of leftover money each month that I will be using to pay down first my Visa card. I do need to still transfer. I pulled the $2,000 out of Acorns to put into my high yield savings account to replenish my emergency fund after having to get The final straw for my emergency account was they had to rebuild my clutch. It was quite a bit in labor because they had to pull the whole transmission. I'm getting great gas mileage, though. I was getting 40 miles to the gallon before the transmission job, and I am getting 50 miles to the gallon after, which is lovely. I also need to keep a little bit on hand in case my explanation of benefits from the insurance company is slow and I end up having to pay out of pocket for the x-rays I had done today, which the estimate is $741. I will get reimbursed by my HRA. I already had to pay $50 towards it, but I will get reimbursed by my HRA. But I do want to have that money available just in case. And this may be the last walk Sam gets for a while, because if you noticed, he likes to stop in places. And I had knee x-rays today. One of the things that got me back to the doctor was an ability to stand still. So, oh well,